Hello, I'm Dr. Maurie Markman from City of Hope, and I wanted to briefly discuss a very interesting, provocative, and I would argue concerning analysis, one that would not commonly be discussed. The negative part of this, because of the positive part to obviously emphasize, which is the discussion of childhood cancer. And very particularly here, we're talking about a paper that was recently published called Fear of Cancer Recurrence in Adult Survivors of Childhood Cancer. The good news is obviously the success rate, the percentage of patients who are cured of the illness. It's a major, major success story for the medical establishment in the United States and around the world in terms of the impact that treatment has had on survivorship. This particular paper looked at a different aspect of this. Again, fear of recurrence. This was analysis, the childhood cancer survivor study. This was looking at long-term survivors of cancer. There were 31 institutions who participated. These are children who had been treated between 1970 and 1999 in North America. This was an online survey which was conducted October 2018 through April 2019. The data was analyzed May 2023 to July 2024. There were 229 cancer survivors, childhood cancer, who responded. To give you an idea of the duration of time, the mean time from a treatment to this survey instrument being employed with these individuals was 32 years. What did the investigators find? 17%, exact number, 16.6% of the individuals who reported said they were defined as clinically significant fear of cancer recurrence. Again, let me say, this was 32 years mean after the diagnosis, but almost 17% had a clinically significant fear of recurrence, and another 16% reported a high fear of cancer recurrence. So again, more than 30 years later, approximately a third of these individuals had a high fear of a recurrence. This was most prominent in those individuals who had neurologic chronic health conditions, likely related to the prior treatment, individuals who had received pelvic radiation, and individuals, not surprisingly, who had required an amputation or limb-sparing surgery as part of their treatment. Is obviously remembering very much so what they went through years before. Yeah, I think this is a very important analysis. Again, there's nothing here that takes away from the enormous success of treatment of childhood cancer, but to remember that there is a long-lasting impact. Here, we're not even talking about chronic health conditions, although it was alluded to in the report associated with treatment, but the fear. And I think, obviously, whether it's additional behavioral therapy support, other support of these individuals need, they cannot be forgotten. Yes, it's a major success for treatment, but the impact long-term, potentially negative, is not insignificant. And I thank you for your attention.